2 battle-tested teams, 1 Larry O'Brien trophy. This is the best of the West versus the best of the East. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas, where the Spurs look to take on the Miami Heat. Tim Duncan is looking for his 5th NBA championship, and LeBron James and the Miami Heat are searching to three-peat. Both teams have legacies on the line. This is the NBA Finals, where legends are born and dreams are shattered. The game is just about underway, so let's get you down to our courtside analysts, Tracy Newman and Brandon Hawes. Welcome to Game 2 of the NBA Finals. I'm Tracy Newman, and I've also got here Brandon Hawes. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tracy. It's time for the NBA Finals, the biggest stage of the NBA, and we're getting this thing going.
All right, the Heat win the tip-off. Chalmers is getting it over to Dwayne Wade over in the wing. He's getting into the... Whoa, steal! First thing of the game, there's a turnover. Tony Parker, and 1! He is going to go to the line to get his first, actually the first 3 points, hopefully, of this NBA Finals.
And what about Parker and the questions surrounding his health? At the start of Game 1, there were several questions regarding his health of his ankle, and he went out and scored some quick buckets. So this is going to work wonders for his confidence going into the start of this game.
Definitely. They were saying he is going to be out, and then all of a sudden we don't know if he's going to be in, and then all of a sudden he's in and gets a fast break. That's what I'm talking about.
So Chalmers with the ball now, going to the elbow and ripped by Parker again.
They're out on the break. Timmy's just ahead. He passes it to Danny Green. Whoa. Chalmers gets laid out. Let's see that again.
Mama, there goes that man.
That is great. Danny Green is going to attempt to make this free throw. As he gets it to go in, the San Antonio Spurs go up 6-0. The Heat are not looking good right now. They need some points. There we go. Battier gets out in the passing lane and passes it out to LeBron James. To D. Wade gets it to go.
An interesting decision by Wade there. He had Norris Cole wide open under the hoop, but chose to just take it himself for the two-handed jam. Apparently his knees are fine.
Exactly. That's very good. I think that's a very good, as Cole gets charged with reaching in right there. I think that's a very good decision by Wade. And, you know, he's also the star on this team. Danny Green is going to pull up with a hand in his face. He gets that 3 to go.
And Danny Green, one of the people who was definitely behind that fourth quarter run that the Spurs went on in Game 1, scored 8 straight points with a dunk and a couple threes. So we'll see if he can keep it going.
Yeah, right here we've got Boris Diaw for 3.
The Spurs are just raining it in from 3-point to start this game.
They definitely are. The Heat need to get a check on Manu Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili kind of hobbled by Greg Popovich there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right there. He had a little conversation with the ref, but now he's back into the game, and LeBron James is headed to the rack.
Apparently his cramps are doing just fine. No cramps today. They fixed the AC for Game 2, and everything is going fine.
Exactly. Fire! LeBron James in the corner can't get it to go as Diaw gets the rebound.
10-16 just to start this game off. Sort of a low-scoring affair, and Manu Ginobili.
Whoa, that's a little uncharacteristic these days of Manu, don't you think?
Yeah, these days he's usually just spotting up from 3, but people forget he has some athleticism still, and he can get up there. So then the first, it's 20-12.
Let's see if Miami can create some offense after they get this little break in the action here. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Game 2 of the NBA Finals as the Spurs lead the Heat 20-12. Ginobili is starting off heading into the paint, passing off to Parker, and he gives it off to Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard on the post up. That's a big mismatch there with Leonard on Chalmers. Chalmers fouls him, and Leonard will head to the line for 2.
That's right. Chalmers is picking up his first foul in the game here, and let's hope for less foul trouble.
We'll see if the refs let him play. Usually in these NBA Finals, there's stretches of periods where the referees don't allow the players to play as much. And what I mean by that is they're calling more fouls and things, but then usually about in the fourth quarter, they'll let the game be a little more wide open.
Yeah, I really like that approach because after a while, they're humans. You're going to call every single ticky-tack foul? I hope not.
Yep. And the interesting thing about this year's finals as well, it's game 2 and we are still in San Antonio. Of course, that would happen under any normal circumstances, but the 2-3-2 format for the NBA Finals was changed to a 2-2-1-1-1 format.
Yes, I love that format. I was really sick of the 2-3-2 East versus West as Timmy posts up LeBron and gets the nice hook, doesn't get it to go, and LeBron's going to take it out on the break.
And if the Spurs would like to win this game, they need to have production out of Tim Duncan. He started off game 1, or ended up in game 1 with 21 points and 10 rebounds, so he's going to need to replicate that performance if the Spurs are able to win.
Yeah, I believe that last night's game, Tim Duncan was the only one who had a double-double out of all players.
I believe so.
I believe so. D-Wade is not going to take that three as Danny Green flies out to him, but he gets the nice contact layup to go.
Rashard Lewis now, another story for the Heat. He's posting up on Danny Green, kicking it out to LeBron James. Not going to go in for the dunk, but gets the layup.
Indeed, he is. So Chalmers is going around. I believe Chalmers was a little guilty in the last game of trying to do a little too much. You would think that he's grown out of that. LeBron James!
With the Thunder bringing it in. They're not in the playoffs anymore, but he just rose up and just cocked that one back to next week and slammed it down. So now the Heat are down by 2, trying to even this one up, and Rashard Lewis can't get that to go.
Yeah, I believe Rashard Lewis really has that green light to go, and I think Danny Green better pull up.
Not able to get the shot off in time either, didn't go in anyway, and we're at the end of the first half.
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you.
Welcome to the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm Tracy Newman as the Spurs lead the Heat 34-32. Danny Green is going off on a rampage at the moment with 8 points. Brandon, what do you think are the keys to the game for both squads here?
Well, Tracy, the big three for the Spurs actually need to produce as well as their young players. They're a very well-rounded team, and they need to have a well-rounded scoring effort, but their main players in Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili need to do what they do best and score the ball. Also, LeBron James, he has a lot of pressure on him in this series to three-peat. He needs to be a distributor as well as just be the main person handling the ball for the Heat, and he needs to push the ball up the floor like the Heat do in the fast break so well, get the ball to Wade and everything like that.
Definitely. About LeBron James, it's interesting that you said that he needs to distribute the ball because that's very much a part of his game. If he doesn't distribute the ball, he's been quoted as times, feeling kind of weird or out of place.
Yeah, that's one facet of his game that I feel like is overlooked about LeBron. Is he's definitely a great distributor and one of the best passers in the NBA, but he definitely needs to be able to do that, get some open threes for his team as well, get Ray Allen and Dwayne Wade and Bosh and everybody involved. Oh, trying to oop that up there to LeBron, speaking of, and Kawhi Leonard is pushing the ball up the floor!
Whoa, Kawhi Leonard. Dwayne Wade is upset right now. We get to see that again. I love seeing this again. Great tomahawk jam by Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, one of the rising stars on the Spurs, really had a great series in last year's finals, averaged about 13 points a game. And he gets the free throw to go on that one, so we'll see if his play can continue to be as stellar as it is in this second game.
That's right, Dwayne Wade was guarding Tony Parker. What do you feel about that matchup?
That matchup could be, well, it's really the matchup of the two people who have the most health problems for each team. Oh, look at that pass from, there's
Great
LeBron
feed.
being a distributor, getting it to Wade. But really, as far as the health goes, Just it's important for Wade and Parker to both be healthy, so that matchup is interesting because Parker is faster and he could do some damage to Dwayne Wade.
Definitely, there's some tomfoolery going on right now as Ginobili hacks up an ill-advised shot, but it goes in, so I guess it's not that ill-advised as he still stands over there by the scorer's table. I don't know who he was talking to right there, but Diaw is trying to post up. Bosh jumps and he falls for the okie doke up and under. Classic move right there.
The okie doke up and under. You heard it here first.
That's right, Brandon. You heard it here first. Oh man, let's see the Heat are getting smashed in the paint there, the in the paint points, but we knew about that coming into this game. The Spurs like to get into the paint and they like to do it often.
Yep, that's definitely true. The Spurs now getting into the paint, and Boris Diaw gets it to go. 2 straight buckets for him.
Yeah, I'm really concerned about that matchup with Bosh. I thought, that was a mismatch with Timmy and Bosh, but I thought he could handle Diaw as he gets the jumper.
You never really know. This Spurs team, as well as the Heat, they're both definitely teams with deep benches and plenty of role players that can get things to go when you least expect it.
Oh, that was a great rotation right there by James Jones. You don't see him playing a lot of minutes as Diaw reaches in and fouls him with 18 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Coming on in the finals, though, is James Jones, a former three-point champion, I believe.
Twice.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm not exactly sure which years. I don't remember it right off the top of my head.
It was a little while ago, Tracy. We'll just go with that one.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting a little old there.
Speaking of three-point shots, Rashard Lewis, who had a big Game 6 in Indiana, drained about 5 threes for the Heat. Gets one to go there, and then at the end of the third quarter, Miami goes on a run to end it, and it's 54-39.
Definitely. We'll be back at the start of the fourth quarter. Spurs 49, Heat 54.
Hey, listen.
All right, welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. The Heat are up at the moment by 5 points, and we're going to see what they can do. Can they hold on to this lead, or will the Spurs rally back into this game?
We'll just have to wait and see, Tracy. Dwayne Wade with the isolation moves and gets that nice left-handed layup to go. And the Spurs are now down by 8 points.
Definitely, I'd love this board. Whoa! Kawhi Leonard at the top of the key, straight ahead 3. That's a great look for him. Is he about to take another one? He gets another one to go. The Spurs are right back in this game. 57-55 Miami with 5:40 to go in the game.
And listen to this crowd here. They were fatigued a little bit in Game 1 by the AC going out. Danny Green for 3, not getting that one to go. But you can definitely hear the crowd. They just quieted it down a little bit as that Green 3 would have been a go-ahead bucket. Didn't go. But LeBron gets blocked inside by Green on the other end. So now you can hear the crowd really come alive.
Definitely. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted to be a factor in Game 1. They just weren't allowed, says the Spurs statement about their air conditioner. It's broke.
Yes, indeed. So LeBron out on the wing, kicking it to Chalmers, and he fakes a pass and hits a 3, putting them up by 5.
That's a great play by Chalmers. Ooh, nice steal by Dwayne Wade. They're going to head out on the break. Chalmers doesn't take the shot. He gives a pass off to LeBron, spinning off the glass and gets it to fall in. That's what we're accustomed to seeing, and we need a timeout here. Dwayne Wade is fired up right now. That's a good thing. We need all the players to be fired up because if you're not playing with energy, there's a bench for you.
This is the biggest stage in the NBA. It's the NBA Finals, and Chris Bosh, he's no stranger to big stages, a 2-time NBA champion himself, getting a fadeaway jumper from the post to go. LeBron James handling it for the little floater, doesn't get that one to go. And the Spurs out on the fast break.
Yeah, as you can see, Kawhi Leonard posterizing Shane Battier, the teammate of the year this season. But he took one for the team right there and got that poster.
And Tim Duncan, he's been relatively quiet for this whole game. Gets a boneheaded goaltending call there, unfortunately, but he's running behind, and Parker gets the layup to go.
Definitely. Speaking of boneheaded plays by Tim Duncan, in Game 1, he had a very unfortunate double dribble. He kind of walked there for a second. He didn't know what he was doing.
He did. But now it's only 1 minute left in Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and Kawhi Leonard handling the ball, getting it to the man himself, Tim Duncan. Pump fakes on Battier and gets the roll.
That's a great job to realize immediately that he had the smaller Shane Battier on him, and he turned his back and went to work.
And listen to this crowd. The arena out of the timeout has really come alive here in this 3-point differential in the lead.
Oh boy, here we go. A minute left to go in the fourth quarter, possibly the game, and Dwayne Wade gets a nice easy pass to Bosh. Ginobili got caught sleeping on that one, and he's going to make you pay.
And what about the differential in Chris Bosh's points? All 11 of them coming in the second half.
That's great for him. Sometimes he has really great spurts where he's just going to come alive. Oh, great foul on Bosh. You know, you don't want to foul, but maybe you do in this instance. You don't want, to get that easy post up and have him get 2 points. Let's let him fight for a free throw.
And Tim Duncan misses the free throw. He's not been the greatest free throw shooter throughout his career, around 70%, 77 to 75%. So we'll see if he hits this pivotal second.
Yes, definitely. He's changed his free throw form. He used to take a long time to take a free throw. Now he's moved to this faster shot. I think that's working for him here.
All right, Chalmers handling the ball. We'll see what he can do. They're getting it to their stars, and Dwayne Wade kicking it back out.
Was that a moment of indecisiveness for Dwayne Wade? He had the wide open lane for a second.
A little bit, but he kicked it out to Chalmers, and one-third of the big three, Chris Bosh, gets it to go. So now the Spurs need a timeout, as it is a 3-possession game, possibly a 2-possession game if they can get 3 or 2 threes to go down.
And we know the Spurs, they can get 2 threes to go, but we need to find out. Danny Green, foot on the line, he gets a jumper to go, 68-72. The Heat are going to look to play keep away right now and avoid any silly, offensive fouls and things of that nature, or turnovers for that matter.
Matt Bonner.
Matt Bonner with the dunk. He is doing great.
Who would have thought that Matt Bonner would get the breakaway dunk in Game 2 of the Finals? Now you gotta foul if you're the Spurs.
Oh, definitely. Oh, Danny Green misses the foul, and LeBron James gets off scot-free and eats away at that clock a little bit. But
and Tracy, that was pretty close to a clear path foul.
Yeah, there was only one other person ahead of LeBron James. Danny Green should have been a little more careful right there as Tim Duncan fouls out of necessity.
So Bosh at the free throw line. Called one of the supporting cast of the Heat, even though he is one of the big three. He is the littlest of the big three, as he has often been called, but he's definitely a player that does damage and misses the first free throw.
Oh no, Brandon. This is not what the Miami Heat need right now. They need to ice this game away.
We'll see if he can drain the second, and he does.
Great, so it's possibly a 2-possession, 1-possession game if the Spurs can get a 3 to go, and we're here in a timeout situation.
This is what it's all about right here. Coming out of the timeout, we'll see what the San Antonio Spurs can do.
Let's see, we're going to have Matt Bonner, of all people, inbound the ball to Danny Green for 3, misses. Tim Duncan is passing it in the clutch to Ginobili. No good. Miami is going to escape with the skin of their teeth here with 3 points, 73-70. Brandon, this has been a great game. What do you think?
I think we should go down to Dorisburg for the post-game
It's a
interview.
nice win in the first of a back-to-back, but what's on your mind with the game tomorrow against a very tough opponent?
Well, I mean, we're here. We're here at another tough part in the schedule. We have a very tough challenge tomorrow, especially with a back-to-back. So we're at the part of the schedule where everybody has, but we're going to have to continue to pick it up and hopefully get a W tomorrow.
Chris, thank you.
But as far as my thoughts on the game, Tracy, LeBron James, obviously making an impact on the stat sheet with 14 points and several other things. But Kawhi Leonard, 20 points for the Spurs. Unfortunately for the Spurs, they were going to Danny Green a little too much. But you know, the Spurs, this is going to be a hard-fought series for them for sure.
Definitely. As we
Tied
take
at
a look,
1-1.
yeah, as we take a look at the Heat here, everyone seems to have, you know, under double-digit points. You know, we have Chalmers and Wade and LeBron with your double-digit points, but LeBron James took 22 shots. Let's see if he can curtail that later on in Game 3. But
We'll see how
until
it
next
goes.
time, yeah, exactly. Until next time, I'm Tracy Newman, and Brandon Hall's here. We are out.